Alright, get him off of here again. Get down there. Get down there, Smacks. Smacks. Hi, fans. Thanks for clicking today's Doretta D. Rose report. Hey, come on up here, I guess. Alright, hey, I got some inside stuff on what went on after the pay-per-view last night. And if you caught the pay-per-view, let me know what you thought of it. Was it one of the better ones? Worse? Or okay? Hey, Dolph Ziggler, he's going to be doing TV and radio appearances in Philadelphia this morning, if you're around that way. Now, I seen John Cena on, I was just scanning the channels now, don't hold me to this, but it was Hoda and Kathy Lee. And he was on there sporting a little shiner right here. It wasn't blackened or anything unless they had it makeup. But anyway, he looked well rested. Anyway, after Sunday's TLC pay-per-view went off the air, John Cena apologized to all the fans because for losing his match against Ziggler, and asked everyone to go home safe. Well, if he hadn't said that, they would not have went home safe. They just wouldn't have done it. And R-Truth, he had a knee injury at last night's U.S. title match against Antonio, and they got a picture of the what happened to his knee. And man, it is split wide open. Whew. I don't know what he done it on yet. I haven't seen the pay-per-view, so don't hold me to nothing yet. I'll give my opinion on it tomorrow. Give me yours today if you've already seen it. And anyway, it says here, John Cena had a cut under his right eye at the ladder match against Ziggler. Didn't require any medical attention, but the referee put on gloves and cracked him right in the other eye to make it a match. No, they didn't either. Anyway, the referees put on gloves and asked him if he needed any medical treatment, and Cena waved him off. Go on. Oh, you all right? Tonight's he give me the eye. Tonight's WWE Raw is going to be taking place at Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Is going to be featuring the 2012 Slammy Awards, plus the fallout from TLC. Advertised locally, it's going to be Ziggler taking on and Big Show taking on Cena and Sheamus. Sin Cara, he was reportedly working through a lot of issues with his knee, I guess, last night, and he was noticeably banged up at last night's TLC. All right, what else we got? It says, as noted last week, that WWE officials have been toying around with the idea, which I mentioned, about Alberto going babyface. Well, the decision was made over the weekend to go ahead and experiment with it with the turn at TLC. Ricardo will be staying with the babyface Del Rio, as officials feels that he can get way over with fans also. So I don't know. Ricardo is kind of maybe let's say the lighter side of wrestling. Let's say. All right, here's some highlights from WWE post TLC interviews with the superstars. Kofi Kingston talked about how he studied Wade Barrett's moves and mannerisms to beat him. Kofi says he will do whatever it takes to keep the Intercontinental Championship, which, yeah. Barrett also was interviewed and said Kofi got lucky. Barrett also said he cares about the Intercontinental Champion. He's not done with Kofi yet. And before she lost to Eve Torres last night, Naomi talked about winning the Diva Battle Royal, which was on before pay-per-view started. Said she's been waiting for this for a long time and feels like it's her time to lose, apparently. John Cena spoke about his Dolph Ziggler loss, and Cena says, we can't take anything away from Ziggler, but called it an interesting night. Cena said he did the best he could do, but it just wasn't enough. Cena didn't have any comment on AJ Lee's situation, though. Big Show was asked about his battle with Sheamus. Show says that they had 3 brutal bouts, and he's done with Sheamus. Show admitted that Sheamus is one tough opponent, though, one of the toughest he's ever faced. And Antonio declared that he would hold the title for a very long time. Apparently he's going to steal it maybe from somebody and hang on to it. Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow spoke about becoming the new number 1 contenders. They promised that they're going to be the next tag team champ. It's it's the same thing. And Diva champion Eve Torres talked about retaining her title against Naomi. And Eve said Naomi has a bright future ahead of her way down the road, but he played dumb when asked if Naomi won the battle royal fair. Hang on. Anyway, MB3, rather 3MB, McIntyre, Slater, Mahal spoke about losing to Miz and Del Rio and the Brooklyn Brawler. They said Mahal injured himself earlier in the day and Miz took advantage of that, which is just terrible to do that. And finally, Brooklyn Brawler spoke about, said it was the greatest feeling in the world to wrestle at TLC. He finally won a match from his hometown, and it was a dream of his. And a nightmare for everybody else. Sheamus is going to be appearing at the Kentucky Fair Expo in Louisville, Kentucky, February 22nd, 7 p.m. Please make a note of it. And Ziggler and Swagger, they're going to be attending the Grapple College Wrestling event, Madison Square Garden, on Sunday before the TLC, which is already over. And we're going around that WWE officials are trying to get Scott Hall again to return to rehab. Hall was reportedly hospitalized again in the last 2 weeks for complications with some of the medications he's been taking. And we all know that medication is very complicated to take. Last word to Hall is he's not re-entering, or has not yet anyway, yet re-entered rehab, but WWE officials they're working on it. And WWE spent more money on Hall's rehab than any other former or current talent. And but Sunny's trying to get up there though. She's working on it. Brooklyn Brawler tweeted after teaming with Miz and Del Rio, said TLC was the happiest moments of my life. After Brawler's match, there were people backstage joking that he should be inducted into the 2013 Hall of Fame since it's in New York City. Never know. Bring that ratty t-shirt with him. A new site published a report on Sunday stating that Mark Henry is cleared to wrestle to the ring and been pitched in the recent main event creative plans. Henry signed in Brooklyn this weekend, or signed autographs in Brooklyn, replied and said the report's incorrect. He said, "This is bullshit." He said, "Truth is, whoever wrote the damn thing don't know what they're writing. There's a chance I won't come back. I have not been cleared yet." So we don't know. Hey, Eugene, Nick Dinsmore turns 37 years old today. Before she returned turned on Cena last night, AJ commented during the Slammy, says, "I won the Slammy for Diva of the Year. So excited I can't even make a snarky joke in this tweet. So happy. Thank you guys for voting." Well, they may take in votes back after last night. WWE officials were very happy with the crowd in Brooklyn before last night's pay-per-view. Said they were already talking about the return to the Barclays Center in the future. And here's some of the superstar comments again from others last night, which Naomi says, "Wow, what a night. I won the Battle Royal, not the war, but Funkadelic showed whatever." And Brodus talked about Naomi, said she won the hearts of the crowd, even though we giggle at her, again, dig you. Sheamus says, "That really hurt. But that thing, regulation size, giant chair, giant arse." I guess Big Show had a great big chair he hit him with. All right, rapper Rev Run from Run DMC. He was in the crowd sitting at ringside with his family at TLC last night in Brooklyn. Zack Ryder posted the following. "Oh, Zack Ryder better watch." About being left off the TLC, he said TLC last night in New York, he says on his Twitter, said last year I won the U.S. title at the TLC. This year I got an email saying I was not needed. That had to hurt. All right, WWE announced winners of the online Slammies during the TLC pre-show. Best Dancer of the Year, Brodus Clay. Top Social Media Ambassador, Charlie Sheen. WWE.com Video of the Year is Lawler returning home. Crowd Chant of the Year, Feed Me More. Upset of the Year, Daniel Bryan beating Big Show and Mark Henry. Diva of the Year, of course, is AJ Lee. Insult of the Year, John Cena. Tweet of the Year, Daniel Bryant. YouTube Show of the Year, Z, True Long Island Story. Facial Hair of the Year, Daniel Bryan. Feat of Strength Award, Sheamus hitting the white noise on Big Show. Betrayal of the Year, Big Show turning on John Cena. And happy birthday also to the UK's indie star Lionheart, 30 years old. One-time AJWP All Asian Tag Team Champion, Nosawa, 36. And we got questions. What'd you think of last night's show? Was it worth the money? And Raw might be about as good as the pay-per-view from what I hear so far. Hey, thank you guys for clicking. I gotta go.